Welcome to another video. Hope everyone's doing alright and that. Welcome to the start of my biggest and possibly most challenging model build yet. Today and over the next few videos we're going to be having a go putting this thing together. Possibly one of the most iconic vehicles of all time. Definitely one of the most iconic vehicles in my lifetime. But we're going to be building the 144 scale Airfix Space Shuttle. Absolutely fantastic. It was the last model kit. Got off the guy on Facebook. And I've kept it to one side just until I get a bit more experience in that. And yeah, I feel ready for the challenge. It's an Airfix level 3. So I'm expecting it to be a bit tougher than the normal. But yeah, fantastic. So right, it's a bit big to get out of the box here. So I'm going to unbox it behind us on a table and get it all spread out. We'll have a look to see what I'm facing. Then we'll get stuck into it. Fantastic. Right, I've spread everything out across the table. And this is everything that come in the box. My first impressions is it's pretty big. It's pretty big. We'll start at this end and work our way down. Because I think I've spotted a potential problem which could come back to bite us later on in the building that. But we're going to be building the Airfix Space Shuttle. Fantastic. The box wasn't in the best of conditions. When I bought it, I think I paid £17.50 for the model. You take a bit of a risk with these second-hand models. But I thought at that price, it's worth a pop in that. I really liked it. But the first thing is, I found when I opened the box, I was greeted with this stuff. I don't know what it is. It's like a black mold or something. Like I say, you do take a risk buying second-hand models, but the other three I got off them were fine. So hopefully, it's nothing too serious. But the potential problem I'm going to have is with these decals. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but I'll try and get a better photo and put it on the screen. But it's got this grazing across it. I have encountered this once before with a Formula 1 race car that my mate gave us. He had it stored in his loft and I lost a few decals. So if anyone knows how to treat these decals better or to get them off here without damaging them, get in the comments and give us a tip. But it comes with a nice little stand there. We'll get that all painted up. We've got instructions. Even they've rotted out. Look at the staples. They've sort of like disintegrated. But fantastic. I have downloaded it from Skillmates. But it looks pretty straightforward. But the kit itself, it looks pretty complete. It's pretty big. It's definitely the biggest model I've built by a country mile. There was a couple of parts off the screws and that, so fingers crossed everything's still here and that. But my plan is to break it into little parts and treat everyone as their own model. We're going to start with the payload, get that painted up, get everything in it and that. Fantastic. I haven't got their paints. I'm going to be using the Valero stuff and get it as close as I possibly can. But in the second part, we're going to come back, we're going to do the fuel tanks and the rocket boosters and that. Then spend a couple of parts putting the body together, bringing it all in and that. Right, grab yourself a cuppa, get your feet up. Let's see the payload come together. Fantastic. Right, I think I'm going to leave this part of the video here. I think I took it about as far as I can, and there we have it. The payload, fantastic. There wasn't too many parts to go on it, but I did struggle at times trying to get some of them to fit. I had to do some chopping and some drilling and that. I wasn't expecting that, but I think it's gone together pretty well. I have used a little bit of artistic license and put some colour into it, some metallics and a bit of black in that. The instructions are just for all plain white, this 130 colour, but I thought that looked a bit too boring. I've tried not to go too far over the top, just enough to give it a little bit of detail. But in part 2, we're going to start putting some of the bigger stuff together. I'll bring a little bit of it in, I can't get it all in because they're massive. But we're going to be building these rocket boosters in the fuel tank. They're absolutely massive. Again, there's not too many parts on them, so I think it's going to be all down to the painting. I did struggle a little bit getting the primer through, but I'm going to try thinning it out a little bit and see if that works a bit better. It'll be my first attempt at trying to get some of these decals off. I need these for the air around the fuel tank and that. So fingers crossed I can get them off in one piece. I don't know about these brown marks, if they're going to come off or not. We'll see when I soak them up in that. And yeah, fantastic. So if you like the video, hit likes, hit subscribes, do all the YouTubey stuff for us, and hopefully I'll see you in part 2 when we start putting the big stuff together. Fantastic. See you later.